So, anybody remember what happened to Ripper Owens? I mean, I don't. He was kicking ass for Judas Priest, but I guess we got a Tim Ripper Owens biography. Check it out.
I told him, you know, like everybody else on Wednesdays, you're going to be somebody. And sure enough, it was like the Cinderella story.
As soon as he walked in the door, he felt right, even before he'd sung and afterwards. It's like, where's he been, you know? Where's he been all that life?
Born in 1967, just 2 years before the band Judas Priest formed, Tim Owens grew up just down the road from Cleveland in the Kenmore section of Akron, Ohio. A former high school golfer who also sang in the school choir, Tim was in his freshman year when he discovered the band that would alter his destiny.
Screaming for Vengeance, I think it was 83 when my brother got it. I got an REO Speedwagon album. My brother got Screaming for Vengeance, and
Awesome album.
took a look at him and said, well, I'm not quite sure, you know, and on the leather and stuff, and then just blew me away.
Defenders of the Faith was one of my go-tos, though.
From there on, I became a fanatic.
The whole bedroom was decorated totally Priest. There were posters all over the walls, the doors, the ceiling, the furniture.
Even Tim's senior yearbook noted that he preferred Judas Priest and listening to Rob Halford. But Tim did a lot more than just listen once he started frequenting the local heavy metal cover band scene.
He could always sing. Tim could always sing the songs, any of them. And he used to go out and check out a band, U.S. Metal, used to be a local band. And he'd hit the high notes. You know, the singer would hand down the mic to him. He'd hit a high note. The singer was like, you know, if you practice a song, I'll let you sing a song. And he practiced that song. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. He got up there and sang it.
And so it wasn't long before Tim Owens himself was fronting a succession of Akron area.
So that's like a direct part out of the movie Rockstar, when he hands the mic down to him and he, wow. So, yeah, wow.
Heavy metal tribute bands.
He has this barrel chest, this like tenor singer, opera singer chest, and just so much power.
He made Crossroads a lot of money. He was there. He was there. The club made a lot of money.
But when Tim Owens left his cover band days behind in favor of the all-original Winter's Bane, money and bookings fell short. So the band cleverly took advantage of Tim's penchant for Priest and booked themselves around the country much more profitably as a Judas Priest tribute band called British Steel, with opening act Winter's Bane.
We would open up as ourselves, play an hour, then do 2 hours of Judas Priest. I thought, well, you know, sounds pretty good to me.
Tim dressed up as like a Rob Halford clone. He was the pre-show, basically. The rest of us just played the music.
Rob Halford was his man, so Tim knew that stuff inside and out. He could, you know, and even when he moved like him, had all the moves down, everything.
Right,
so
yeah.
He was Rob Halford as far as I'm concerned.
I could not believe how similar he sounded to Rob Halford. We had to go to the stage. We had to go look and see.
Julie Vito and her cousin Crystal Lentine were not only
Look
fans
at that
of British
hair,
Steel,
big hair.
they were also friends with Judas Priest's drummer, Scott Travis. By 1996, though, British Steel was history. Tim Owens was now fronting an alt-rock cover band called Seattle.
Yeah,
And
because
Judas
that's what was
Priest
big
was
at the
assembling
time.
in England to seek a replacement for Rob Halford, who in '92 had left the band. That's when Krista slipped Travis a British Steel video she'd shot back in '95.
In January of '96, the band flew me over to like regroup and start running through some of the material that KK and Glenn had written, and I brought this videotape with me, kind of reluctantly.
They weren't really looking for a Rob Halford clone, per se, for Judas Priest. If they were going to restart Judas Priest as a new band without Rob Halford, they were looking for new vocals.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Scott came over, put a video in front of us.
I had heard that they even were toying with changing the name, that it would be similar or like Priest or it, you know, or I heard that they actually were gonna like change the name. I don't know if that was true or not, but it all kind of falls in line with what I was talking about earlier, how they were kind of looking to take advantage of Rob leaving in a way and kind of rebrand. I don't know if it worked.
With Ripper on there, we couldn't believe it, you know. I mean, we just couldn't believe what we were seeing.
It was just uncanny, the resemblance and of how good he was and capable of singing the classic Priest songs one after the other, you know.
Yeah. See, that's right there. When
he spoke to him and says, "Hey man, is that really you on the tape?" And he says, "That's really me, man." You know, he said, "But is that really you?" I mean, I guess he couldn't believe Judas Priest were on the phone calling him at home from England, you know. So
Scott Travis, he's the drummer. The other American in the band said, "They don't believe it's your voice on the videotape. They think it was dubbed in somehow, and this isn't really you singing it." So here is Judas Priest not believing it's me. And I said, "It's me. Just get me there and I'll show it."
He said, "Find me out, sing any Priest song you want." And we did 2 days later.
So I walked in, they said, "Get some sleep, and we'll take care of everything tomorrow." And I looked at him, I said, "No way. Crazy. How am I going to get sleep tonight when I'm going to audition for Judas Priest?" I said, "Let's do it now." So it happened that fast, and they asked me what I wanted to sing. I said, whatever's is hooked up there, and did Victim of Changes.
You realize you're growing old, and no one seems to care.
Honest to God, it was karaoke. I mean, I'm not lying. That's what it seemed like. They're in the control room right in front of me, and sang the first line of Victim of Changes.
Whiskey woman, don't you know that you are driving me insane?
And I hit the high note and Insane, and Glenn Tipton pushes the button, says, "Owens, you got the gig."
Just singing that first line of Victim of Changes, we knew that
that's all it took.
That it was him genuinely on the tape singing that night in the club, you know. So that's all we needed to know.
My parents picked me up at the airport, Cleveland Airport. And I gave my mom an autograph of Judas Priest. It was on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I signed it. I said, "Dreams do come true. I love you." And she, "Maybe someday." My mom said, "Maybe someday it'll happen." I said, "No, Mom, I'm the singer."
She's reading it.
That's awesome.
Crying and all emotional. His life never be the same. I mean, he went from selling office supplies, to be on a world tour.
Sunday, February 15th, one of the original pioneers of metal, Judas Priest, returns to Cleveland to play the Agora Theater.
Timmy's coming home. We're here to see the Priest.
Oh, here from Jimmy Owens. Good to see a local boy made it good.
Tim being from Akron, and then Judas Priest is bad anyways. Rob did a good job, and hopefully we know Tim's going to do just as good a job, if not better. I believe better. That's my opinion.
Plus, Tim ain't gay.
Oh, man. Come on.
Being on tour is really the real super cool thing, because we've said so many things, obviously, about Ripper's ability, and people have heard the record that people are still a bit skeptical about. Yeah, but how does he sing, the classic Priest stuff from the 80s and the 70s, and that's what's the neat thing about being on the road is now, as we say in England, the proof is in the pudding, you know what I mean?
For real.
The guy's got moves and vocals and you name it. Women, hair, everything.
Awesome.
He's got a cool coat, the Ripper. Dude's got a jag. I mean, I think he's doing okay.
You get the Playboy channel on the satellite in the bus. That was the crowning moment of when I got in the bus. First I was happy because we got a satellite and it was a VCR and, sleeping quarters, and it was great. But when I saw the Playboy station, I thought this has got to be, heaven, because I have to pay for it at my house.
It's a waste of money.
You know what, the sad thing is I think my friends are getting more perks than I am. I have the guy from Seattle, the guitar player from Seattle, Dan Johnson, is now KK Downing's guitar tech. And the guy who replaced me as a singer in Seattle is now my roommate. I think he's getting laid because of me being a Judas Priest. I'm not saying that. I know.
Hey,
I'm joking. No.
probably.
He is, I'm telling you.
I think it's nice that Tim's finally got rid of the myth that you can't get anywhere playing in a cover band. You know, if he wouldn't have spent the last 20 years of his life, you know, following Judas Priest and singing every note that Rob Halford ever sang, you know, he wouldn't be in Judas Priest today.
He's the man for the job. There is nobody else on this planet that can do his job, and we're up again, and we wanted that, but the kids wanted that, and they've just shown it in the last few nights. It's very emotional, you know, for us. It's just amazing.
It's such an awesome thing to see.
Yo, Judas Priest with Ripper Owens out front. We'll be back for more U.S. tour dates this summer. Speaking of old bands with new singers, we'll be back with Van Halen because they're back. And
That's when I think that's when the singer of Extreme started singing for Van Halen. I could be wrong. They had a couple different things going on, unless that's maybe that would be Sammy Hagar. But anyway, yeah, really cool to kind of see that whole rock star story is who's this guy? That whole rock star story is true, because I had always wondered, like, if that was just a rumor, or you know, if he really if that really was based on him. But all the stuff fits. So yeah, but it's also, it's really cool to see that yeah, the singer of Extreme, yeah, he had that gig for like what, an album. I don't even think they finished a whole tour, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, it is like the guy said at the end. You know, it's cool to see somebody, you know, just sticking with what they love and making it and doing it that good that they made it. And yeah, dreams do come true, man. I mean, that's cool. Cool stuff. Definitely stuff that's a product of its time, like the hair especially. I can't believe women. It's funny, like growing up, I remember, you know, pretty girls had that hair that was all done up, and they had so much Aquanet flying around the atmosphere. Good times, man. Good times. Great time to be alive.